Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And got a good one for you today. I'm at Newport Beach at the Marriott Villas, running into people and saying hi and just hanging out. But we got a real problem, guys, with more bank problems and more bank closings. And going to cover a lot of this today. Cybersecurity messes out there. But before I get into it, please take a second. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notifications to get notified of everything that we're doing. And today we have a sponsor, which is private internet access, which I will talk about in a little bit. But guys, Fed has their meeting. Jerome Powell steps forward. It's not so much what they did or what they didn't do, but his actions on talking about, banking and what's going to happen in the future. And not today, not tomorrow, but with commercial banking, you're going to see problems, he said. And you're going to see this affect other banks right now. And you have to look at banking for a couple things that are serious right now. There are a tremendous amount of mid-sized banks that have construction loans and have loans with commercial buildings. This is going to be catastrophic for them because the problem with it is that these people are not getting their money because people are not paying rent. These buildings are going more and more vacant than ever. And, I don't know how they're going to refinance these buildings because it really is not a very complicated industry when you come to commercial real estate because it's really simple. It gets down to the tenancy, it gets down to what people are paying rent, and that's how they make money. And then if they want to refinance the building, it gets down to what's the money look like. And I see more and more vacancies. I see more and more companies moving together. I see more and more law firms that are moving in with each other and sharing office space right now, trying to get out of their existing office and move to different offices. But one thing that's disturbing is we had stories that have been sent to me over the last couple of days, and this is what happens. This stuff comes and goes, in you get flows of different news. Now that the Fed meeting's done, you're going to start to see banking problems, guys, and they're going to escalate. Right now, there's been over 10,000 bank branches that have closed over the course of the last 4 years, and this has been because people want to consolidate, they want to cut back, but it's also because banks are not profitable right now and they're having real problems. Now, then you look at banks that just go out of business like Silicon Valley Bank and First Republic and things like that. But what we're seeing is more and more of these locations that are just done right now. And, it's a real problem because when you look at the communities that have banking problems, it's not in Newport Beach, California. You have banks galore down here. This resort has got, within a mile, there's probably 20 banks from here. But when you go to the smaller cities, that's where you have problems with this. Everybody's writing me about all the problems that they're having with their individual banks, limiting deposits, limiting cash coming out. I really want to ask my friends in the UK, if you guys ever have one of those situations where you're asked about the cash you take out and they give you that form, please send me a copy of that form. I've heard so much about this, that people that if you want to get more than 2,000 pounds, they're having you do a request form and then the manager has to look at it. Now, just imagine some snobby manager saying, do you really need this money? Is your life in danger? Are you in danger? You're getting cash right now, Dan. What do you need cash for, Dan, right now? Let me know. So it's crazy right now. But there's a lot more to cover on this. Let's talk about our sponsor, Private Internet Access VPN. A VPN is a virtual private network. And what it does is it gives you a level of encryption for every single device that you have when you go on the internet. And it makes what you do completely invisible to the bad guys, hackers, the government, everybody. Let's face it, there are so many threats to cybersecurity in all of our lives on a daily basis. You need an edge. The best thing that you can do for pennies a day is get a VPN from private internet access. Use the link below. It's 82% off their regular price. As I walk through this resort and I use internet, I'm on the VPN, guys. It is absolutely the simplest thing ever. It's one button to log into it, and it gives me a level of encryption from my device to any server that I go to. Think about this, guys. When you go to your bank, when you go to your brokerage account, when you go to your pension, anything that you log into, you could be vulnerable to where people could see your keystrokes. The cool thing about private internet access is that they've set up a deal for us to where your entire household is covered with one purchase. Think about this. Your iPad, your cell phone, your laptop, your home computer, everything is covered with one purchase. 82% off. Use the link below today. But once again, the level of encryption, all the cybersecurity problems that people have been victim of in the last month. And in this video, I've got stories about this stuff that just was sent to me recently. You need to protect yourself. And the best thing that you can do is have a VPN. Let me show you how simple this is to use. You open the app and all you do is press one button and you are protected. Wherever you go online, I now know that I'm protected wherever I go. You need to look at this. Use the link below, save 82% today, sign up for private internet access. It's pennies a day, guys. It's never been cheaper, but you can cover your entire life, everybody in your household for one quick price. Okay? Sign up today. Now, the problem with bank closures in general right now is that the banks are not talking about inefficiencies. They're just talking about automation. Automation is closing banks. That's what happened to these 10,000 banks. Okay. Then you hear from Chase Bank, which has 4,700 branches right now, and Chase steps forward and says, hey, we're concerned about profitability, we're concerned about making money, and AI is going to play a major role in the future of banking. Well, wait a second. The biggest expense, when you read this article, that these banks have is that people are out there applying for loans and credit cards. And you can sit there on average and say, oh, you know, a machine determines that. Most of the time, it does, especially with credit cards. Usually you have a machine. But with mortgages, you have an individual, a human being that reads these applications and determines if you're for real or not. This is going to affect thousands of branches with Chase that they say. So what are they going to lose? 25% of their branches as a result of this? Get ready, guys. Get ready. I have told everybody the same thing over and over again. And I've had dozens of people in the last month write me and say, hey, Dan, we added 2 more bank accounts. What happens when you get locked out? In the UK, the story of the 10,000 branches, that's national news right now, that this information is being, disseminated, and that people are talking about, wow, isn't it crazy in the United States, all these banks are closing. Chase Bank keeps talking about how this is happening because of automation and AI, and it's going to dramatically affect everything. Well, you can only have so much automation because you have to have personal decisions. Hey, I need a cashier's check, and I need you to answer this question. You know how many times I've been into a bank branch where I said, what do I do in this situation? So the computer is going to make that determination for me now. It's crazy when you think of it that way. When you throw everything into the mix with all of the, the Fed's decision not to raise interest rates, but then Jerome Powell steps forward and says, hey, we are going to have problems with commercial real estate, and that's the next problem. Notice how nothing that happens is ever like, hey, this just happened or this is going to happen. It's always after the fact, and it's always much worse later because it wasn't dealt with. So the fact that they know that this commercial real estate problem with $1.5 trillion of the loans is going to dramatically affect banks, they're not sitting there mentioning that. The other thing that's been talked about, and you have to look at, is credit unions. Yeah, credit unions are generally safer than banks, from my experience, but there's a tremendous amount of credit unions that have exposure to the auto industry and these auto loans. When you look at so many people that are upside down in their loans, they're going to have you're going to have failures with this stuff. I just ran into somebody at this resort who were talking about, hey, we're with you, Dan. We're saving our money for the real estate downturn. We're waiting for foreclosures, and I'm supposed to meet my foreclosure buddy up here. That's why I'm at this resort. But the point is that you're going to see such a problem with a downturn and with these failures that it is, it's going to affect each and every one of us. So make sure you have money out of the bank. Make sure you have yourself protected so that you have emergency cash at all times. And, think about Steven, he didn't get his Social Security payment and he was okay. But he's like, what do you do if somebody doesn't get it for 2, 3, 4 days? That's the difference of not eating for some of these people. So there's that. Now, T-Mobile just announced a security breach, and they had a hack. Now think about this. Why is it that when this happens, they don't release these stories and say, hey, Tuesday we had a hack and 37 million people were affected? No, we always find out months later, which is why these people end up getting sued for things like this. Think about this. T-Mobile, 37 million customers. I have a T-Mobile account for one thing with the business, but you've got the Social Security numbers were disseminated, the balance due, people's name, people's birth date too. So people can go out and they can borrow, they can do things and try to do identity theft. That's the problem with this. Now, the latest battle with this, 834 people had their identity stolen from the T-Mobile account. Guys, we were just talking about this with the VPN company. This is why you have a VPN, so your data doesn't get hacked with this when you're online, because they do everything they can. It's funny. I had a Fidelity rep or a text message sent to me over the weekend. Hey, you need to contact us right away about your account. Only problem is I don't have a Fidelity account, guys. So I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And I keep getting Wells Fargo information. And again, I don't have a Wells Fargo account either. So this is the type of stuff, guys, that you don't want to click on. And if you had a VPN and you accidentally clicked on it, it's going to protect you and give you a barrier one step further. So take a look at this stuff, guys. Think about this. The banking mess is only going to escalate. Now that this pause, don't call it a pause. Don't call it a comeback. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's like an LL Cool J song. This is the calm before the storm. You're going to see inflation get out of control this summer. You're going to see real estate not get sold right now. You're going to see problems with real estate escalate. And it's funny, just ran into people from Fresno and they feel the exact same way. Everything is a problem right now. We see this, the calm before the storm. These people were smart. Hey, Dan, we sold our house. We're renting right now, and we're just waiting to get back into the market. How smart are they? Oh, by the way, they're on vacation right now, so they're not in debt to their eyeballs with an asset that's upside down. They sold it to somebody and got out at the top of the market. Good for them, okay? So share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. Do you think that this is a problem? Because I do. The cybersecurity, the banking, everything. But this is home buying season right now. This is when people go out and buy homes. My friend taking me to the foreclosure auction tomorrow. We're going to go film that and go check that out. This is the calm before the storm, guys. This is the time that houses should be moving off the market and selling, and they're not. This place is very cool. They have these fire pits that you can turn on. I could turn this thing on if I wanted to. I turned on the other one. But just a nice resort, walking around, some mook with a camera. So share your thoughts on this stuff. Were you surprised by, the Fed not raising rates? Once again, what I was surprised by was his candidness after the fact that rates are going to continue to go up. You guys, this is just a pit stop. This is just a wait, let's smell the roses. Wait till July, guys. Wait. Nothing is as it appears. You're going to see food prices shoot up. You're going to see more layoffs happen this summer. Make sure your job is protected. Make sure your bills are in order. Make sure that whatever you have right now, and again, people I just spoke with, get rid of things you don't need right now. Sell your assets, Sell the extra boat, the extra bikes, the extra golf clubs, everything right now while you can do it. Look at that. That's the best thing that you can do for yourself and for your family. Get yourself out of debt right now. Have an emergency fund. Even if you're in debt, have some money put aside in case there is a medical emergency, a car emergency, your health, anything, that could possibly go wrong. With me, the emergencies when I was broke were always my kid in sports. That would be the emergencies. Need $100? Or my favorite would be stole home one time and ripped his pants. And as I was thrilled, I'm sitting there watching this, filming this, going, uh-oh, gotta get him new pants. So, you know what I mean? So let me know, guys. Share your thoughts on all this stuff. Let me know what you think about this so far, because man, oh man, oh man, we haven't seen anything yet. But I don't have faith right now in the banking system right now. I really don't. And now they're blaming everything on AI right now. Remember, it was rogue, owners and CEOs that were just spending our money left and right. Now it's artificial intelligence is the big threat. So let me walk over and show you guys this real quick. They have these fire pits. And yes, I'm the guy that turned it on in the middle of the day. Okay, isn't that nice? So, for iAllegedly. Okay? But just a beautiful spot. It's a nice place up here. This place is packed. It's a beautiful summer day. So, let me know what you think about everything. And again, do you guys going to get any time away? Is anybody going to get time off right now to do nothing? And that's the advantage. The family that I spoke to, a break, running into family. And that was the whole idea of their vacation right now. That's what everybody needs to be doing right now, is taking a breather and not doing anything. Do you know anybody that regrets their college experience? And I'm going to divide that into two. College life, college age, shenanigans. Okay? I don't know anybody that regrets that part of it. People that have college degrees that they had to pay for, that they're still paying for, and they're my age with an old man. Okay? Those people regret their college experience. In North Carolina, think about this. They are going to teach a 10th grade class on, is college worth it? What does college cost? Let's explain the college experience. And the school district's getting heat for this because you're breaking the code. You're telling kids not to do this. You're telling kids to think about this. Yeah, they should think about this. Not everybody can get a free scholarship. Not everybody had a dad that was broke when they went to school, like me, and certain FAFSA and certain things that my kids got because of that. People need to look at ways to get benefits for themselves without going into debt. And to teach a class like this is absolutely the best thing ever. I really do. I think that kids need to understand the weight of this. I'm telling you, I have met women lately that are $150,000 in debt in their 50s. Okay? Yeah. Okay. How do you think that went with Dan? Okay? So, they're not utilizing their degrees right now. I'm just speaking from what I've been told and experience that I've witnessed. Now, look at this in your own life and how you can benefit from not having any bills with your college experience. And again, not everybody's an athlete, not everybody's an artist, not everybody can sing, not everybody's going to get something for free, good grades, everything that could go along with that. But is it really worth it? What's it going to do for you? Seriously, what's it going to do for you? I know people with college degrees that work at tile stores right now, and they're $36,000 in debt, one of them. So the next thing is the media right now. The media has taken such a hit as far as jobs are concerned right now. And think about this one. The media has laid off more people in 2023, 17,345 to be exact, because I'm a savant, compared to the 16,890 that happened during the pandemic. The reason why these layoffs are such a big deal is that You're seeing companies like Athletic, companies like the LA Times that has a declining subscriber base. And people are not doing what? They're not buying advertising right now. Why? Because business is contracting right now. The global economy is contracting. People are spending less money, and media jobs where these people just sat there, and some of these people had cush jobs. Okay? And performance, I'll worry about that later. You know, it's funny. RTO, I hate acronyms. That means return to work. There are a lot of Google employees that are furious about their return to work situation. And they're saying, hey, listen to this. Look at my performance. Look at my job. Don't look at my badge login. You know, and of course it's the, we don't need your stinking badges. You know, we're hearing all that stuff now from Google employees, but this is starting to happen with a lot of other companies. And I give credit to people like this because, you know, I talked to you about a woman that works for a very large company, and she's like, you know, me going to the office is a waste of time. I'm more productive sitting at my house. And she is, because was a workhorse. And those are the people that are not going to benefit by working around other people. Now, the best thing about this is that they did a survey, and this is another story that goes along with this, is people that are doing work from home, guess what they're doing? Like Dan said, watching Springer. Okay, not anymore. Hopefully they'll watch my new show. But, okay, you are not the father. Anyways, okay, they're playing volleyball. They're having sex. They are cooking. They're going to their kids' schools for lunch. They're hanging out. Basically, drinking alcohol too. That was my favorite thing. So basically, these people, some of them that admitted this, were all on vacation. That's what you do when you're on vacation. You just hang out. You play volleyball and you go drink and you eat well and you go to your, you know, your kids' school. You go, you know, hang out at the pool. Okay. So it's kind of funny though right now. So people have a real, you know, anxiety with going back to work. And my favorite of all is when people start talking about how expensive it is to go to work. Gas, clothing, you know, all that stuff. I have to eat out every day. Okay. And again, I know a nurse who makes her lunch for 5 days in a row to save money and makes a good living, but that's how she does it, so that she can just get by without being spending $25 to $30 a day for food. A few more stories for you. Exxon, the oil company, they say, hey, we're going big in the oil business. We're going to increase our dividend by 15% because we believe oil's here to stay. So we're going big, you know, so stick with Exxon. We're going to be around. I admire that, actually. You know, we sell cholesterol. We may sell pizza. It may be bad for you, but enjoy the oil, okay? So Exxon with their increased dividends going to be a big deal, which I thought was very entertaining. I keep getting IT stories sent to me from people that want to maintain cybersecurity and things like that. And out of the UK, they're talking about the cybersecurity problems that they have with the banking industry. And the crazy thing about this is that they're saying the cybersecurity for the banking industry needs an overhaul now more than ever. And again, the VPN company, guys, look at that. Look at protecting yourself. The next thing is Apria Healthcare, which is a horrible company. I'll tell you guys why in a second. But Apria Healthcare does they're a healthcare company, and they had 1.85 million people that were victims of a hack, and their data got out there, which all their personal data, and it's maddening. So again, the VPN company, guys, if you want to do something to protect yourself, look at the VPN company below. But 1.85 million people had the most vulnerable thing you can talk about, which is your health, which is your social security number, your ailments, and what's troubling you, plus your name, phone number, address, everything. Give it to these people, socials, all that stuff, okay? So it's completely ridiculous. But I'll tell you a quick little Apria healthcare story. I had to do a sleep study a few years back, and did the sleep study, and I get a bill for almost $2,500, and I'm like, what is this? I had the sleep study. I'm waiting for the equipment. Yeah, we sent you out the equipment. And the insurance denied it, and you need to pay us. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I called my insurance company, and they said, yeah, we never got anything from them, Dan. I haven't received anything. Well, when I was married, I had a sleep study done with Apria. They sent out the CPAP machine to the house that I had lived at 4 houses ago when I was married to my ex-wife, and said, oh, that's on you. And do you still have insurance with XYZ? And I said, no, I don't. That was my ex-wife's insurance. Oh, well, you better pay for this equipment. I said, well, no, you don't have my proper insurance. Well, you didn't give it to us. Of course, it was my fault, but it wasn't. And I called the sleep company and explained to them. I was much more of a jerk back in the day, and I explained to them how I was going to sue them gleefully. And guess what? It got resolved. Okay, still didn't get my CPAP machine, but Apria didn't get the money, and they realized that they had made a mistake, just like they did with letting 1.85 million people, their personal data out into the world. So isn't that crazy? So wasn't this place great? It was beautiful. Grounds are nice, fish are nice, fire pits, just really cool. Final story. Think about this. You've heard about incentives for people to move, like from big cities, because small cities don't have it. Chad and Maria Zingarelli lived in the Fresno area, and they were offered a small town in Indiana from a company called Make My Move. And they said, listen, if you move here, we'll give you $5,000 in cash, we'll let you meet the mayor, and we'll give you free golf membership for life if you move here from a big California town. And they took them up on that, and they love it. So there's a company, Make My Move, that offers these incentives and these perks for people to get to smaller cities. This is crazy, guys. You're going to see more and more of this in the future. Plus, you're going to see developers start to give away the moon for you to buy a house. So, fountain and everything. But you're going to see more and more things like that in the coming months and years while things take an economic downturn. Please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to take a look at private internet access with the stories today. I mean, that should be enough for you guys to look at that. But use the link below, guys. 82% off. The company's absolutely amazing. I love this place. It's very cool. So don't forget to join the email list. We have a Patreon channel also, which we have a Patreon video coming out in the next couple days. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.